My name is Laney. I'm 36 years old and I'm rich. I ought to be the happiest person on earth because isn't money supposed to make everything just peachy? Well, it doesn't. I am a very hardcore alcoholic.
My daughter is dying, and I watch her deteriorate. I lose more of her, it seems, every day.
I'm very worried that I am dying, and there's nothing I can do at this point.
She's chosen this addiction over everyone in her life, including me, including our mom, including my daughter.
Laney's mental state has deteriorated so much over the last few months that I don't believe that she's capable of rational thought anymore. I've watched my daughter become a different person that I don't recognize anymore.
When Laney was born, I just had so much love in my heart for this little person. She was so precious and so beautiful. But when I had Laney, I was still a child. Laney's father did not want to have a part in her life.
I'd like to slap him across the face for abandoning me.
I was looking for someone who would be a good dad and love her and share the responsibility with me of her upbringing. When I first started dating my third husband, he got along beautifully with Laney. After the wedding, his relationship with Laney changed immediately.
I was treated like crap, like less than a dog.
It breaks my heart for Laney, and I feel responsible for putting her through that for so many years.
My mother did not leave him because she was too in love with him, and they wanted to have a baby of their own. That little child saved my life. I had something to look forward to every day.
Laney was very motherly, very protective, and very sweet.
After graduation, Laney had a great job that she loved at a daycare center. She was very happy. And then a horrible thing happened to her.
I made the mistake of opening the door to a drunk ex-boyfriend.
And he had come to our house late at night.
My first thought was my sister.
She didn't want us to scare and frighten Molly.
So I went ahead and just shut up. That incident changed everything about my relationships to come.
Laney was 24 when she met Dan, her future husband.
Dan began to remind me of my stepfather in the worst way. He was trying to be controlling the way that my stepfather was with me.
Throughout Laney's marriage to Dan, I saw her drinking more and more.
And I kept shoving him at a distance when really I wanted to grab him and just hug him and let him have every part of me, but we often push away the ones we need the most.
The divorce settlement left her a very wealthy woman, which allowed her not to have to work and therefore devote all of her time to drinking.
I believe that she's stuck in the past and cannot move forward because she sees no future for herself.
The only thing I have left on earth are her photos. I only have the past. I don't have anything anymore. Oh, yeah, I don't think so.
She peeked out and the door got locked.
You have to get a game plan now.
Yeah, what? No, police are on their way. Nobody's got permission. Nobody is coming in here. Yes,
Do you want these people to leave your property?
yes.
And we'll be more than happy to make them leave
I'm-
the property.
I'm
We
on
cannot
board.
make them leave the street.
Okay, they can stay in the street all they want. They can hang out all night.
The only person that is in the house with Laney is her cousin. And we're hoping that Angie will convince her to let a professional in so we can help her.
She wants everyone else off the property.
This is the prime opportunity to get back on track, to have the life you want.
Sorry, I don't just walk out on my cat.
What about telling me what you are going to do?
She goes with me. I'll book the limo right now. Ready? Oh, I'm not ready. Don't leave.
Laney, this is Colleen. Hi, Laney. I'm Colleen. And nice to meet you. And this is Putty. Yeah, that's nice, sweetie.
No, we're bringing Putty in.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
No, not just for a moment. I don't have a child, and she said, yeah. No.
Let's do this.
No. Can't give her up.
You're not giving her up. I promise I'm going to take good care of her, okay? I give you my word.
Okay, come on, hurry.
You got to take care of yourself so that you can come back and take good care of her and have a lot more time with her.
Okay, come on.
Okay?
So proud of you. I promise, Penny.
Yep. And I'll tell her every day. And you can even listen to her meow.